The internet loves certain things without a question: dogs, yodeling kids, and memes. But perhaps the most cherished internet folder are unsolved mysteries. Long after police and private investigators shelved cold cases, real life murder cases live online for decades, meticulously pored over by Redditors and Facebook moms alike. They become especially popular if some curious conspiracy theorist is able to upload a photo, evidence, or eyewitness accounts. Sometimes evidence that the jury might take as sufficient cause to convict a killer doesn't quite satisfy online researchers, and conspiracy theories will hold on tight to creepy, unexplained details, falling deeper down a rabbit hole of independent investigation. JonBenet Ramsey, American child beauty queen, who was killed in her family's home in Boulder, Colorado. A lengthy handwritten ransom note was found in the house, and JonBenet's father found her body in the basement 8 hours after she had been declared missing. She sustained a broken skull from a blow to the head and had been strangled. The autopsy report stated that the official cause of death was asphyxia by strangulation, associated with craniocerebral trauma. Her death was ruled a homicide. The case generated nationwide public and media interest in part because her mother, Patsy Ramsey, herself was a former beauty queen, had entered JonBenet into a series of child beauty pageants. The crime is still unsolved and remains an open investigation with the Boulder Police Department. The police suspected that the ransom note had been written by JonBenet's mother, and the note and appearance of the child's body had been staged by her parents in order to cover up a crime. However, in 1998, the district attorney said that due to a new DNA analysis, none of the immediate family members were under suspicion of the crime. Also in 1998, the police and the DA both said that JonBenet's brother, who was 9 years old at the time of her death, was not a suspect. The Ramseys gave several televised interviews, but refused police questioning except on their own terms. In 2002, the DA's successor took over investigation of the case from the police and primarily pursued an alternative theory that an intruder committed the killing. Trace DNA that was taken from the victim's clothes was found to belong to an unknown male. This discovery induced the DA to send the Ramseys a letter of apology in 2008, declaring the family completely clear. One of the most famous unsolved crime mysteries of the 20th century, the mutilated remains of 22-year-old Elizabeth Short were found posted in a vacant lot. January 15, 1947. A passerby who discovered the remains thought it was a discarded mannequin at first because the body had been neatly dissected at the waist. Across her face was a deep cut called the Gloss Glow smile. Elizabeth had come to Hollywood hoping to become an actress. However, with no prospective job and a little money, she turned to prostitution. Her last days were shrouded in mystery. It seemed as if she were constantly on the move. She was last seen at a diner in San Diego, leaving with an unidentified man. Some suspected that man was Robert Mainley, a hardware salesman who had dated her in the past. He was brought in for questioning, but later cleared of any involvement in the crime. Other men who knew were brought in. They also were cleared. During the investigation, the murderer taunted the police with letters sending them packets of Short's belongings, including birth certificates, address books, and social security card, which had been soaked in gasoline to eliminate any fingerprints. Another item was her trick book, which listed all the names of her clients. One page was missing, and it's assumed that the killer's name was listed on that page. To this day, nobody knows how exactly Elisa Lam died. We know the 21-year-old Canadian college student was last seen in the Cecil Hotel in Los Angeles on January 31st, 2013. But the infamously chilling hotel surveillance video that captured the bizarre final moments before her disappearance, let alone the other details that have emerged since, have only elicited more questions than answers ever since her body was discovered in the hotel's water tank on February 19th. Her tragic demise has remained shrouded by mystery. Although the coroner's office ruled the death an accidental drowning, the strange details of Lisa's case have fueled rampant suspicions about what may have happened. Internet sleuths have come up with a high rate of theories about the tragedy, involving everything from murder conspiracies to evil spirits. But when it comes to the disturbing death of Elisa Lam, where does the truth lie? Police soon released surveillance footage taken from the cameras at the Cecil Hotel on their website. This is where things took a turn to the truly bizarre. The hotel video showed Elisa Lam in one of the elevators on the date of her disappearance, acting rather strangely. In the pixelated footage, Lam can be seen stepping into the elevator and pushing all the floor buttons. She steps in and out of the elevator, poking her head out sideways towards the hotel's hallways in between. She peers out of the elevator another few times before stepping out of the elevator entirely. The last minutes of the video show Lam standing by the left side of the door, moving her hands in random gestures. Nobody else was captured on the video except for Lam. On February 19th, 2 weeks after the video was published by authorities, maintenance workers found Elisa Lam's dead body floating in one of the hotel water tanks. They made the discovery after responding to a complaint from hotel patrons about low water pressure and a weird taste coming from the tap water. According to the statement by the chief of the Los Angeles Fire Department, the tank in which Lam's body was found had to be drained completely and then cut open from the side to remove her 5'4" frame. Nobody knows how Lam's corpse, floating lifelessly next to the same clothes she wore on the surveillance video, ended up in the hotel's water tank, or who else might have been involved. The hotel staff told authorities that Lam was usually seen by herself around the hotel premises. But at least one person did see Lam soon before her death. At the nearby book eerily named The Last Bookstore, owner Katie Orphan was among the last to see Lisa Lam alive. Orphan remembered the college student buying books and music for her family back in Vancouver. Alright guys, that was Unsolved Mysteries of the Internet. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Let me know if you guys have any conspiracies or know something that the law enforcement doesn't know. You can also follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. I'll leave a link in the description below. And if you haven't already, subscribe to my channel and turn on the bell notification so you can know when the next video is going to come out. As always guys, sweet dreams.